I just did my makeup with one slim palette, one sponge. Doesn't take up any room in your home or your suitcase, and you have access to lots of colors. If you're a minimalist, you can't beat this. For those of you who want the palette, but you don't even want brushes, we're gonna try to put everything on either with our fingers or a sponge to save even more space. So let's see how this goes. So I'm gonna start with eyeshadow. I'm gonna use cream since I'm going to use my finger. And I'm going to use Tangled on my lid. And I'm actually going to use a highlight or foundation color called Cinnamon as the other color. We do have two brown cream shadow shades, but I just kind of really like this when I'm in a hurry. Cinnamon has a little bit of red in it, so if you have green eyes, it'll really make them pop. And I'm going to put my eyeliner on real quick. And I use Urban Decay 24/7 in Empire, which is a dark purple or eggplant color. Very good for green eyes. Instead of black, not quite as harsh. When I make a little mistake, I just get a Q-tip and clean that up. And then after about a minute or so, this eyeliner will set and it won't budge. I don't put it on my lower lids normally. I'm gonna go ahead and put mascara on. And on mascara, I usually only do the outer corner because if I have it on all of my lower lashes, it kind of looks like I have a spider on my face and it casts a dark shadow under my eyes, which I do not want. That's eyes. It's kind of a pretty basic no makeup look. Now I'm gonna put the makeup on with a sponge, and I just have this nice little wedge sponge. And I'll start with my brightening highlight. I'm using White Peach in this case. And I'm just gonna dot it all on and then blend it in later like I normally do. So inner corner of the eye and down about halfway down the nose, outer corner, and then center of upper and lower lip, center of forehead, a little starburst there. I'll put a little bit of this on my dark spot. Then my normal shade is Athens. I'll dot that all around. And as I'm dotting it on with the sponge, it's sort of starting to blend itself. The type of sponge you have is really important. This is a really good dense foam sponge. If you get those cheap ones that have a lot of holes in them, I don't think they work. And I'm gonna add tan lines, my bronzer. And that's just outside of the face, cheekbone, jaw, temple, a little on the bridge of my nose. I'll put contour on this end here and just tuck that right under my cheekbone. You can also use your finger if you want something to go on a little bit heavier. Top of my forehead, chin, and under the jaw. Now I'm just gonna use the same sponge, blend everything in with a patting motion. So I don't want to wipe it off. I'm just patting it in. And this cream makeup is so easy to work with. It really is. And I have used other creams, as I've said in other videos. I've used Bobbi Brown, Honest Beauty, and they're either too heavy and actually dry and create lines, or they're so light that they have no coverage at all. And this is just sort of a perfect medium. Okay, one thing I am not going to be able to use a sponge for, or my fingers, is brows. So I'm going to have this brow brush, but it's really skinny at least. And I'm just dipping that into my contour and filling in. It's very quick and it lasts me all day. It never rubs out of my brows. Okay, so did need a brush for those brows. Now I need some blush and lips. I'm gonna go with Sangria, a color I use a lot. Just gonna dip that in. And I'm just gonna keep patting until it blends in the way that I want it to be. So I don't have any sharp edges showing. So I would say, yes, the answer is you could get away with getting a Seint palette and not the brushes if you are a true minimalist. This seems to all be blending in very well. And just get a big pack of sponges. For lips, I love my lip brush, but I will just use my finger since that's what we're doing. And I'm using Sangria on lips too. And Sangria is a satin or matte shade, so it's a little drier, and I like to put a gloss on top, so I'm gonna use Ruby just to make it a little more moist. And there you go, I just did my makeup with one slim palette, one sponge. Let me know if you have any questions or you want me to suggest colors for you. I'd be happy to help you. Have a great day, bye-bye.